Hello, welcome to another Let's Draw video. And this week, I choose Dash Wheeler from Hot Wheels Let's Race. To fill in the runtime, I decided to do a summarized history of all the animated adaptations to Hot Wheels. Hot Wheels had a cartoon series in 1969 to 1971. It focused on a group of teenagers who worked in a racing club, the leader of which is named Jack Wheeler. It mostly had tips about car safety. When I started watching some episodes, I immediately recognized Casey Kasem, the original voice of Shaggy from Scooby-Doo, as the show's antagonist, Dexter Carter. I always knew he would be corrupted. The Federal Communications Commission once accused this show of being nothing more than a half-hour toy commercial, and it was such a big deal that ABC had to defend it. And we have Ronald Reagan to thank for easing into those 12 years later. We now cut to 1991 with Heroes on Hot Wheels. This is a weird one. Not so much the show itself, it was basically a generic show about racing. What's weird about it is that it's actually an adaptation of the French comic Michael Valiant, but when it got dubbed for American audience, they just slap Hot Wheels in the title. This would be like if you showed a Kamen Rider series, but tried to convince you it's Spider-Man. We now head to 2003 for a series of direct-to-video films. We now follow a 16-year-old boy named Joseph Vert Wheeler as he and several others are invited to a race run by a scientist. This is where the franchise starts to get into science fiction elements, as this race involves superpowered cars and exploring other worlds. I guess it does make sense. This was around the time when building a track became part of the toys. In 2009, the series gained a reboot known as Hot Wheels Battle Force 5. In this, Vert Wheeler is now a young adult and a test driver. He ends up saving an alien named Sage and learns two factions are conquering the multiverse. The two invite others to form a team and gave them specialized vehicles to combat these threats and find Sage's people. One episode was about Vert's dad, who was named Jack Wheeler. I'm starting to think I should have made a JoJo's Bizarre Adventure reference instead of Speed Racer. We now jump to 2014, where we get yet another reboot, this time in the form of a movie trilogy, Team Hot Wheels. This is now a denser and wackier take on Hot Wheels about four go-kart loving boys who become a superhero team. The first movie, Origin of Awesome, was broadcast on Cartoon Network, but the other two, Skills to Thrill and Build the Epic Race, were Netflix exclusives. I also read that there was a fourth one that had a choose-your-own-adventure-like format, but I don't know where to find it. They were silly movies, and they did feel like pilots for a series that never caught on. I don't know where this next one originated, but on Amazon Prime I found a stop-motion series, Hot Wheels City. It's about two brothers who fight evil in various vehicles. It's kind of amusing, like a child-safe robot chicken. And now we come to the actual subject of this video. On 2024, Netflix released Hot Wheels, let's race! The newest member of the Wheeler clan, assuming Jack and Vert still exist, is Dash Wheeler. But this time, she's not the lead character. Instead, she's the instructor of a new summer camp for aspiring racer. The show mostly focuses on a boy named Coop. I do like Dash's design. I thought making her hangs shaped like the Hot Wheels flame was quite clever. Well, that kind of covered 5.5 minutes. And right now I'm finishing up the line art. Okay. If you're wondering about the car, originally I was going to do one of the cars I had as a kid, but then I realized that my nephew collects Hot Wheel cars and figured he likes them more than I ever did. So I gave my sister a call and asked her to ask him to pick out his favorite. And after months of waiting, he finally picked the Lucid Air. I was kind of hoping for something more colorful, but okay. Okay, right now I'm doing the coloring, and which was actually harder than usual because she had so much details on her, including all the stripes and all the gradients of her jacket. Okay, and now doing the stripes on her bangs. Okay, and on her hair. Did somebody even dye their hair like that? Okay, and now doing the red and yellow fades in her jacket and all the stripes. At first I thought it was kind of weird and random, but I kind of noticed something about how the red and yellow, the red is, it's showing distance. The red is like showing the parts furthest from us. I kind of messed up on her boots. I ended up putting them on the line art. Okay, and doing her lipstick. And now coloring the car, which I wasn't very good at. Okay. And now ready to do some shading. Starting with the ambient shadows. Okay, and using the soft eraser to mimic reflective light. Okay, and now doing her hair. Okay, for her franchise aimed at boys, Boys, I'm trying to sound very girly. Okay. And now doing her chin and the back of her head now. Okay, and now doing her body. Okay. Okay, and now doing the drop shadows. And okay, now doing the inside of her jacket. Okay, tried doing the car, but wasn't very good. Okay, and now do some lighting. Okay. And there you have it. Dash Wheeler. Ready to teach you some awesome moves and value of safety and teamwork and all that stuff. If there's a character you want me to draw, leave a request in the comments below, and I'll see you next time.